The world of aviation is always moving. New planes are built. Airlines grow bigger. Today, we are looking at something truly big. This involves China's own passenger jet, the COMAC C919. This aircraft is making waves. It is a symbol of China's ambitions in the sky. Many people are watching this plane very closely. Its success could change many things in the airline business. This is a story about progress and big plans. The COMAC C919 is not just another airplane. It represents a major step for China's aerospace industry. For decades, the market for large passenger jets has been dominated. Boeing from the USA and Airbus from Europe were the main players. Now, China is stepping onto this global stage. They have built a modern narrow-body jet. This jet is designed to compete directly with the Boeing 737 and Airbus A320 families. This is a bold move, a challenge to the established order. Recently, something huge happened concerning the C919. A buyer has placed an order so large it is making headlines. This isn't just a small purchase. It is a massive vote of confidence in the aircraft. It is also a signal to the rest of the world. The C919 is here to stay, and it means business. This deal could accelerate the C919 program significantly. It shows that major players believe in its future. This news is exciting for many reasons. It highlights the growing capabilities of COMAC. It also shows the strong support the C919 has within China. But who is this buyer? And why is this particular deal so important? We are going to dive deep into this story. We will explore the details of this record-breaking order. We will also look at what it means for airlines, passengers, and the entire aviation landscape. Get ready, because this is a big one. The COMAC C919 is a narrow-body commercial jetliner. It is developed by the Chinese aerospace manufacturer, COMAC. The C in C919 stands for COMAC and China. The first 9 signifies forever in Chinese culture. The 19 represents its maximum seating capacity of 190 passengers. This aircraft project was officially launched way back in 2008. The goal was clear: to reduce China's reliance on foreign aircraft. It also aimed to become a competitor in the global market. Development of the C919 has been a long journey. It involved many challenges and milestones. The first prototype was rolled out in 2015. Its maiden flight took place in May 2017. This was a moment of national pride for China. Since then, the aircraft has undergone rigorous testing. It needed to meet strict safety and performance standards. International suppliers provide many key components. This includes engines from CFM International, a joint venture between GE, USA, and Safran, France. The C919 is designed for medium-haul routes. It typically seats between 158 and 174 passengers in a standard 2-class layout. Its range is about 4,075 to 5,555 kilometers. This makes it suitable for many domestic routes within China. It can also serve regional international flights. COMAC has focused on making it fuel efficient. They also aim for lower operating costs compared to older generation aircraft. These are key selling points for airlines. China sees the C919 as a critical part of its Made in China 2025 initiative. This initiative aims to upgrade the country's manufacturing capabilities. Success for the C919 is not just about selling planes. It is about building a complete aerospace ecosystem. This includes research, design, manufacturing, and support services. The C919 is the flagship project in this ambitious endeavor. It carries the hopes of a nation aiming for the skies. It is more than metal. It is a statement. The COMAC C919's entry into the market is significant for several reasons. Firstly, it introduces a new major competitor. For years, Boeing and Airbus have enjoyed a duopoly. They controlled the market for large commercial aircraft. The C919 challenges this status quo. Even if it initially focuses on the Chinese domestic market, its presence will be felt. This increased competition can be good for airlines. It could lead to more choices and potentially lower prices for new aircraft. Secondly, the C919 represents a shift in global manufacturing and technological power. China is no longer content with just assembling products. It is now designing and building complex machines like commercial jets. This demonstrates its growing aerospace expertise. It also signals a long-term strategy to become a leader in high-tech industries. The C919 is a very visible symbol of this ambition. Its success could inspire other nations too. This is a big deal for global industry. Thirdly, the C919 has strong backing from the Chinese government. This support is crucial. It helps COMAC overcome financial hurdles. It also ensures a large domestic market for the aircraft. Chinese airlines are encouraged and often expected to order the C919. This provides a stable foundation for the program. It allows COMAC to ramp up production and refine the aircraft. This government backing provides a unique advantage. It is something other manufacturers watch closely. Finally, the C919's development will spur innovation. As COMAC gains experience, it will likely develop new technologies. It might also push Boeing and Airbus to innovate faster. This competitive dynamic can benefit the entire aviation industry. It could lead to safer, more efficient, and more environmentally friendly aircraft in the future. The C919 is not just a plane, it is a catalyst for change. Its journey is just beginning, but its impact is already being discussed worldwide. For months, the aviation industry has been buzzing. Rumors have been swirling about a massive new order for the COMAC C919. We heard whispers from suppliers. We saw hints in financial reports. Analysts have been speculating intensely. Who would place such a large bet on this relatively new aircraft? And how big would this deal truly be? The anticipation has been building steadily. This is the kind of news that makes everyone sit up and pay attention. The C919 has already secured hundreds of orders and commitments. Most of these have come from Chinese airlines and leasing companies. China Eastern Airlines was the launch operator. They began commercial flights with the C919 in May 2023. Other major Chinese carriers like Air China and China Southern Airlines also have orders. These initial orders were important. They helped get the program off the ground. They showed early confidence in the jet. However, the rumored new deal was said to be different. It was not just an incremental addition to the order book. Sources suggested it would be a game changer. They hinted at a figure that would dwarf previous commitments. This would be a statement order. It would signal that the C919 is ready for the big leagues. It would also provide a huge boost to COMAC's production plans. Such a large order requires careful planning and execution. As we approach mid-2025, the whispers grew louder. The industry was on edge, waiting for an official announcement. Would it be one of the existing big players doubling down, or perhaps a new, unexpected customer stepping into the limelight? The implications were huge. A deal of this magnitude could secure the C919's future for years to come. It could also send a strong message to Boeing and Airbus. The wait, it seems, is finally over. The news is out. Revealed. The powerhouse behind the record C919 deal. The moment we have all been waiting for has arrived. The identity of the massive C919 buyer is no longer a secret. The record-breaking deal, announced just days ago, comes from Air China. Yes, one of China's big three airlines is making this monumental commitment. Air China is the flag carrier of the People's Republic of China. It is also one of the largest airlines in Asia. This is not a small regional player. This is a global aviation giant. Air China has a vast network. It operates flights to destinations all over the world. Its fleet is already substantial, comprising mostly Boeing and Airbus aircraft. For Air China to place such a significant order for the C919 is a massive endorsement. It shows deep trust in the aircraft's capabilities and COMAC's ability to deliver. This decision was likely made after careful evaluation. They would have considered performance, economics, and long-term strategic goals. This move by Air China is strategically important for several reasons. It aligns with national goals to support domestic industries. It helps diversify Air China's fleet, reducing reliance on foreign manufacturers. It also positions Air China to benefit from the C919's operational advantages on domestic and regional routes. The airline clearly sees a strong future for this aircraft. This order will make Air China one of the largest C919 operators globally for years. This is not Air China's first order for the C919. They were among the early customers. However, this new deal massively expands their commitment. It sends a clear signal to the market. It says that the C919 is performing well in initial operations. It also suggests that COMAC is ready to scale up production. This is a pivotal moment for the C919 program. Air China is placing a very big bet, and the industry is watching intently to see how it pays off. The numbers don't lie, deconstructing this landmark agreement. Let's talk about the sheer scale of this deal. Air China has placed a firm order for an additional 200 COMAC C919 aircraft. But that is not all. The agreement also includes options for another 100 C919s. If all options are exercised, this deal totals a staggering 300 aircraft. This is, by a significant margin, the largest single order ever placed for the C919. It eclipses all previous commitments combined for a single airline. This is truly a record breaker. The list price for a COMAC C919 is estimated to be around $99 million. However, large orders like this typically come with significant discounts. Even with substantial discounts, the total value of this deal is immense. For the 200 firm orders alone, we are looking at a multi-billion-dollar commitment. If the 100 options are converted, the total value could easily exceed $20 billion at nominal list prices. This provides a massive financial boost to COMAC. It secures its production line for many years. Deliveries for these new aircraft are expected to begin in late 2026. They will continue over the next decade. This timeline indicates a significant ramp-up in COMAC's production capabilities. Producing aircraft at this scale is a complex undertaking. It requires a robust supply chain and skilled workforce. COMAC will need to work closely with its international and domestic suppliers. Meeting this delivery schedule will be a key test for the Chinese manufacturer. The world will be watching their progress very carefully. This order significantly reshapes the C919's order backlog. It provides a strong foundation for the program's future growth. It also demonstrates that the C919 is moving beyond its initial launch phase. It is now entering a period of mass production and widespread service. For Air China, these aircraft will primarily be used to modernize its narrow-body fleet. They will also support its expansion plans, especially in the domestic and regional markets. This is a strategic fleet renewal and growth initiative. Shifting tides. How this deal changes the airline industry. This colossal order from Air China for the COMAC C919 sends ripples across the global aviation industry. The most immediate impact is on the duopoly of Boeing and Airbus. For decades, these two giants have dominated the narrow-body market. This market segment is the most lucrative, with thousands of aircraft sold. The C919, backed by such a significant order, becomes a more credible third player. It will increasingly compete for sales, especially in China, and potentially other sympathetic markets. Boeing and Airbus will undoubtedly be watching this development very closely. China is a huge and rapidly growing aviation market. Losing market share there to a domestic competitor is a significant concern. This deal might force them to adjust their strategies for China. They may need to offer more competitive pricing. They might also explore deeper industrial partnerships within China. The competitive landscape is definitely changing. It is no longer a two-horse race, at least not in all parts of the world. For COMAC, this deal is a massive vote of confidence. It validates their aircraft design and manufacturing capabilities. It provides a stable production base for years to come. This will allow them to achieve economies of scale. It will also help them further refine the C919 and develop future aircraft. Success with the C919 could pave the way for other Chinese commercial aircraft. This includes the wide-body C929, which is being developed with Russia. This order strengthens COMAC's position immensely. Beyond the manufacturers, this deal also has implications for global supply chains. Many international companies supply components for the C919. This includes engines, avionics, and other critical systems. A larger C919 production volume means more business for these suppliers. However, China is also working to develop its domestic supply chain for aerospace. Over time, the C919 might incorporate more Chinese-made components. This is part of China's long-term strategy for self-sufficiency in key technologies. The balance is shifting. What this means for passengers and the future of flying. So, what does Air China's massive C919 order mean for you, the passenger? In the short term, if you fly frequently within China or on some regional Asian routes, you are increasingly likely to fly on a COMAC C919. As more of these aircraft enter service with Air China and other Chinese carriers, they will become a common sight at airports. Passengers will get to experience firsthand China's domestically produced jetliner. This is a new travel experience for many. The introduction of a new aircraft model often brings modern comforts. The C919 features a contemporary cabin design. Airlines can configure it with modern seating, in-flight entertainment systems, and Wi-Fi. The aircraft is also designed to be more fuel efficient. This can contribute to slightly lower operating costs for airlines. While it is hard to say if this will directly translate to cheaper ticket prices, competition generally benefits consumers. More efficient planes are also better for the environment. Looking at the bigger picture, this deal contributes to a more diverse aviation industry. More competition among aircraft manufacturers can spur innovation. This can lead to advancements in aircraft technology, safety, and passenger comfort. It could also mean more choices for airlines. This might eventually lead to a wider variety of flight options and services for travelers. A more competitive market usually pushes all players to improve their offerings. This is generally good news for flyers. Furthermore, the rise of the C919 signifies the globalization of aerospace manufacturing. This trend could lead to new hubs of aviation excellence around the world. While it takes time, the C919 program demonstrates that new players can emerge in this complex industry. For passengers, this ultimately means a more dynamic and evolving travel landscape. The planes we fly on and the companies that build them are constantly changing. This Air China deal is a significant chapter in that ongoing story. Your thoughts? What aviation story should we tackle next? This landmark deal for the COMAC C919 is undoubtedly a huge development. Air China's massive order for up to 300 aircraft truly is a record. It signals a new era for COMAC and for China's aviation ambitions. It also promises to reshape the competitive dynamics of the global airline industry. We have explored the aircraft, the buyer, and the potential impacts. There is so much to consider when a deal of this magnitude is announced. It really is quite something to witness. The C919's journey is far from over. COMAC faces the challenge of ramping up production. They need to ensure consistent quality and provide global support. Airlines like Air China are betting on their success. The coming years will be crucial in determining the C919's ultimate place in aviation history. Will it become a true global competitor to Boeing and Airbus? Or will its success be primarily confined to the vast Chinese domestic market? Only time will tell, but this deal certainly provides a strong tailwind. Now, I am really keen to hear your thoughts on this. What do you make of Air China's huge C919 order? Do you think the C919 will significantly challenge the established players? Have you flown on a C919 yet, or are you looking forward to it? Your perspectives are always valuable. Big aviation stories. Drop your comments below and let's get a discussion going. And finally, what other aviation topics are on your mind? Is there a particular aircraft, airline, or industry trend you would like us to dive into next? We are always looking for new stories to explore and explain. Your suggestions help us decide what to cover. So, let us know what you want to learn about. We are here to bring you the insights and analysis you need. Thank you for joining us on this journey. This is Revo Now signing off.